See below the main news of the day in Corinthians. Corinthians closes 2022 with a new revenue record and stagnant total debt. See the numbers. A new revenue record, but with total debt at the same level as the previous year. This is the summary of Corinthians' 2022 financial statement sent by the club's financial department to the Fiscal Council and the Guidance Council. According to the document, Corinthians obtained gross revenue of 779.1 million reais in 2022. The main source was television rights with 315.1 million reais. This gross revenue amount is 55% higher than that presented in 2021, when the club closed with 502.5 million reais. The 2022 balance sheet also confirmed the total debt at BRL 910.5 million. The value is very similar to that of 2021, which was 912 million Brazilian reals. A downward variation of just 0.2%. Another point raised by the Corinthians board to praise last year's final numbers is the final surplus. In 2022, Corinthians closed at positive 15 million Brazilian reals. Number higher than that of 2021, when it closed at 5.7 million Brazilian reals positive. In the previous 2 years, the club closed in the red and with impactful negative values, minus 123 million Brazilian reals, 2020, and minus 195 million Brazilian reals, 2019. It is worth remembering that, according to the finance department, out of these 910 million Brazilian reals in total debt, 505.2 million Brazilian reals, 55%, are taxes and installments, which will be paid over 15 years. Barletta calls attention for the personality and training and leaves a good impression on Corinthians. The performance of Barletta, hired after standing out for São Bernardo in the Paulista Championship, surprised even Corinthians leaders. He had important participation in Corinthians' goals in the 2 training games held by the Alvinegra team in recent weeks. Against Red Bull Bragantino 2, the striker made a beautiful play on the left side of the attack and crossed for Pedrinho to score in the 6-1 victory. Corinthian victory over Coritiba in CT. It is important to highlight that Barletta was one of the best Corinthians players in the activity against the team from Paraná. With that, the newly arrived boy should be available to Fernando Lazaro for his debut in the Copa Libertadores, which takes place next Thursday, at 7 p.m., against Liverpool, from Uruguay, in Montevideo. Learn a little more about how Barletta plays. The tendency is for the athlete to be used in the same role as Adson, who currently plays centrally, but also falls to both sides in the midfield diamond. Adson, however, has a different trait to Barletta, as he spreads out on all sides of the pitch. Corinthians' new reinforcement is more vertical and also a speed option with the ball at his feet. Even so, it can be used to create moves and, at the same time, act on the edges of the field. Marcelino comments idolatry at Corinthians and reveals that he wants to be a club director. See the speech of the faithful eternal idol. I'm going to be a member of Corinthians, to go out there to be a counselor. I think about that now. I don't know, that's not in my head, becoming president, but I would like to have more participation in there, even out of gratitude. I don't want any money, he added. Marcelino ended his career at Corinthians in 2006, when he returned to the club after 5 seasons. However, that year, he played only 5 games with the Alvinegra shirt. Throughout the club's history, Pedro Anjo played in 433 games for Timão, scoring 206 goals and becoming the 5th highest scorer of the Alvinegra team. The eternal number 7 shirt was the main name of Corinthians in the 90s, where he achieved several achievements and fell into the arms of Fiel, considered by many to be the club's greatest idol. Well, these were the main news of the day. If you like, leave your like and subscribe to the channel.